As the Israel-Hamas war rages, which side is China on? Despite the terrorist group's deadly attacks on Israel, the Chinese regime has yet to condemn Hamas. How does Israel read that decision? For an insider perspective, we sat down with Moshe Feyglin, former deputy speaker of the Israeli Knesset and leader of the Zehut party. Moshe Feyglin, thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Now, thousands of people took to the streets in both Tel Aviv and Jerusalem over the weekend. This is protesting the continuation of the Israel-Hamas war, but this was the biggest protest in Israel since the start of the war. Now, there's also been a lot of international pressure on this, especially on Israel. We saw China and Russia vetoing a U.S.-led ceasefire and hostage release resolution at the UN. Now, China has yet to condemn Hamas over the October 7th terrorist attack. How does Israel read China's stance here?
Well, of course, I'm representing myself over here, and not the official Israeli opinion, but as the deputy speaker of the Knesset, which I was, I can tell you that I'm not surprised at all. China represents evil values, basically. And the way China deals with human rights and any kind of basic human values put China automatically in the evil side of history. And that's why I'm definitely not surprised where the Chinese regime is supporting Hamas. The worst pogrom, if I may say, the worst behavior against any kind of humanity that we saw since the Holocaust, since World War II, that appeared half a year ago at the 7th of October, did not move any inch of or any moral opinion of China. It was not surprising for me at all that China did not condemn it.
On that note, you also said recently on an Israel TV station that the state of Israel, which is a Jewish state and is supposed to project the eternal values of the Jewish people to be a light to all other people, cannot embrace China. And expand on that a bit for us.
I was sitting in one of the TV program with a very famous professor in Israel, and the question was, how should Israel deal with the American pressure that now going down very hard on us? And that professor, which I appreciate very much, his name is Mordechai Kedar, said that Israel should start looking for different other allies and mentioned China as well. And even though I definitely agree that Israel should disconnect its total connection with the United States because various reasons and do not lean just with the one line relationship, but deal with much wider scale of nations. When he mentioned China, I told him that China is definitely not the solution. Israel cannot see China as an ally as long as China represents this evilness of the Communist Party.
Moshe Feyglin, thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.